All right, we live. All right, Shalom.
Shalom.
We want to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh.
Yahweh Bashim Yahushai Bashim Kakadash.
Double honors to the apostles and elders, great millstone, peace and salutations to the whole fleet elect. Coming at you with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. This is GMS Pittsburgh. I'm the brother Ariala.
Brother Dunya Allah.
Brother Taziar.
It's just coming together through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Touch on a few things. What's going on within Israel, okay? And if you don't know, you got this whole ISUPK situation and the different things that they have mentioned, the madness that is being spoken of, from their leader, okay? And this is why the scriptures say in the book of Titus, chapter 1:11. Read it, brother.
Come. This is Titus chapter 1 and verse 11, and it reads, whose mouths must be stopped.
Slakia, 1 second. We're echoing. I gotta figure out.
Yeah, I was about to say that too.
One of you brothers is close, either close to your mic or need to turn something
down. It's me. I got my AirPod in.
I got my headphones on too. Let me see.
The bro's the only one that's not echoing. The bro Daniela's the only one that's not echoing.
Say something again, Daniela. You say something? Can't hear you now.
Yeah, we can hear him. I can hear you, bro. Ariella.
How's about now?
Okay, we good now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So yeah, that's yours, Daniela. That's doing the echoing.
Okay.
But it ain't bad as it was. So go ahead, Taziar.
Come. This is Titus chapter 1 and verse 11, and it says, "Whose mouths must be stopped, who subvert whole houses, teaching things which they ought not, for filthy lucre's sake."
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Verse 12. One of themselves, even a prophet of their own, said, "The Cretians are always liars, evil beasts, slow bellies." This witness is true, wherefore rebuke them sharply, that they may be sound in the faith.
Hey, Salakia, Taziar, jump back to the 10th verse in Titus. And Daniela, I think you might need to turn down your volume a little bit because it is your headset that is echoing.
Volume.
It's either you need to turn it up, turn it down, or maybe you need to back up.
All right, is it echoing now?
What'd you say?
Is it echoing now?
Just a real little bit. I'm just trying to alleviate a little bit of it the best we could. Say something, Taziar.
I can hear you.
Okay, that's better. All right, so start at chapter 10. I mean, the 10th verse. Salakia.
Come on, I got you. This is Titus 1 and 10.
Yeah.
It says, "For there are many unruly and vain talkers and deceivers, especially they of the circumcision."
So you have individuals who know that they're Israelites that are what? That are unruly, that are vain talkers. And this is what you're seeing heavily amongst Israel today, right? You have these different camp leaders, right, that are unruly and that are vain talkers. You see? And a lot of Israelites are being persuaded, right, in the with their speech, whether they believe it's the wisdom that's coming from these individuals, whether they look up to these individuals, but they're not saying what are these people saying correct according to the scriptures. People are not looking at it in that aspect. They're just, a lot of these jakes are blindly following these different leaders. They're not considering that what these individuals are saying can lead to their destruction by following after the mindset or the teachings of these individuals. Right?
And I got a precept. This is 2 Timothy chapter 3 and verse 13. It says, but evil men and seducers shall wax worse and worse, deceiving and being deceived. So these different camp leaders are deceiving their congregation, man, and they have been deceived, man. you know, by a seducing spirit, man. You know.
That's right, bro. And bro,
I got a
we
precept.
still echoing. Yeah, it even went worse when you took off the headphones.
Oh man.
You should just left it as it was. Cause you was good. You wasn't echoing.
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah, but I could barely hear. Oh man.
You gotta upgrade, bro.
I might have to take this to the computer.
Oh, so you want to just leave and come back to the broadcast, or what? If you take it into the computer.
I could, yeah, I could see if the computer works. Hold on, real quick. Yeah, I'll leave and come back.
All right. We'll be here.
All right, shalom.
Shalom.
I talk to y'all. Read that. Verse 10 again. Titus 1 and 10.
Come.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, 1 second. This is Titus chapter 1 and verse 10. It says, "For there are many unruly and vain talkers and deceivers, especially they of the circumcision, whose mouths must be stopped, who subvert whole houses, teaching things which they ought not."
Hey, see, it says
filthy...
teaching things that they ought not. So these individuals are teaching things that they shouldn't even be teaching. And you got Jake still blindly following these different individuals. Like this comment that this guy made about to get revenge for Chris Rock to get revenge is to sleep with Jada, is to sleep with Will Smith's wife. Are you serious? 2022, you got Israelite leaders teaching this to the congregation, right? You got other Israelite leaders saying what? You know, John the Baptist. What? Oh no, this is the same group.
It was the
John
same
the
group.
Baptist wasn't in the truth, right? Paul's right. Another group. I ain't gonna mention them. Paul's writings aren't valid. This is what you got Israelite men teaching. Go ahead.
I got a precept for you. Back you up. This is Matthew chapter 15 and verse 14. And it says, "Let them alone. They be blind leaders of the blind. And if the blind lead the blind, both shall fall into the ditch."
You see? So y'all both gonna fall into the ditch. Okay? Because you're being being led by a leader who is blind, by a leader who is not teaching you the truth, a leader that is not showing you the right path or giving you the example of Yahweh Shai to follow. Right? You got a lot of Israelite groups want you to follow their ways, okay? Their example, and not the example of Yahweh Shai, because Yahweh Shai is the example we are supposed to follow.
That's right.
Go ahead.
Let me continue on in Titus.
Yeah.
Come. All right, this is Titus 1 and verse 12. And it says, "One of themselves, even a prophet of their own, said, the Cretans are always liars, evil beasts, slow bellies. This witness is true, wherefore rebuke them sharply, that they may be sound in the faith."
So now get 2 Timothy chapter 4, verse 2. Okay, so this is where rebuke comes in. Okay, this is where correction comes in. So we are to rebuke them sharply, that they may be what? Sound in the faith. When you go into this word sound, it says what? In a Greek, hugiano, it says to have sound health, that is to be well in body, figuratively, to be uncorrupt, true in doctrine, be in health, safe, sound, wholesome. So the point is to be what? To be true in doctrine. Okay? So this is why we rebuke. This is why we admonish. So individuals can be what? Sound in doctrine. Other Israelites, they call us Hebrew Israelite haters, because we simply get on other individuals for where they're going off in the doctrine. But isn't that what you're supposed to do when you standing for the defense of the gospel? Isn't that what you're supposed to do?
That's right. And that's love. That's real love.
You got that second
Timothy. 2 Timothy 4.
Yeah, let me get this real quick. The book of Philippians chapter 1 verse 17, it says, matter of fact, I gotta read above that. It's the book of Philippians, chapter 1, verse 15. It says, some indeed preach of Mashiach, even of envy and strife, and some also of goodwill. The one preacheth Hamashiach of contention, not sincerely, supposing to add affliction to my bonds. And Yahweh Shem Yahushai is clearly revealing to the Israelite congregation of who is right and who is wrong, who is teaching in truth and sincerity in doctrine, and who is not, who is teaching for filthy lucre's sake, who's teaching for contention and strife. These things are being revealed. Okay, and Jake still blindly wants to follow teachers, right? Because what, they have these itching ears. They want to continue to follow these different teachers because they may like how they cut people, or they may like how the different festivities they may do amongst their congregation, right? They may do all these different things besides follow the actual truth, to follow the wholesome words which is coming out the scriptures. I forgot, I might got to add the bro. Go ahead.
Come. This is 2 Timothy chapter 4 and verse 2. And it says, preach the word, be instant in season, out of season, reprove, rebuke, exhort with all long suffering and doctrine. For the time will come where they will not endure sound doctrine.
Well, let me touch on that first part, right? So let's talk about reprove and rebuking. Okay. See, these are the things you're supposed to do as what? As being a leader, as being a prophet. This is in your job description. Okay. To what? Read that. To do what again, bro?
Come. It says, be instant in season, out of season, reprove, rebuke, exhort with all long suffering and doctrine.
Right.
For the time will come where they will not endure sound doctrine, but after their own lusts shall they heap to themselves teachers having itching ears.
And I just mentioned this, okay? So you got individuals, they're not going to continue to take heed to what? Sound doctrine. They're going to go astray from sound doctrine. And what are they going to do? They're going to heap to themselves teachers having itching ears. Teachers that are telling them things that they want to hear, not the things that they need to hear. You see? We don't tell you what you want to hear. We tell you what you need to hear. So when we talk about how this whole IUIC Passover thing was like a celebrity festivity, okay? It really didn't show the true meaning of what was actually going on in the time of the Passover with our Lord Yahushua. It's not showing that forth to the congregation, to the new believers. No, it's showing what? Party, a feast, okay? A get together, like an award ceremony. It's not showing the meaning of, wow, like it's a time where I need to think, I need to get myself together, okay? A time of really mourning. Everyone was really in a mourning state of at this time of Yahushua and the Passover situation. It was a serious business of what was taking place. It wasn't a place of festivity and being in mirth and partying up. And even if you do these things, right? And not in that aspect. And if you do y'all may join and come together what you do. Everything do not have to be publicized. Right. That's what's wrong with Jake. Go ahead.
Yep. In verse 4, and it says, and they shall turn away their ears from the truth,
right,
and shall be turned unto fables. But watch.
No, go ahead, Slakia.
Verse 5, it says, but watch thou in all things, endure afflictions, do the work of an evangelist, make full proof of thy ministry.
Make full proof of thy ministry. You see? Now, go jump up a little bit before you got to that verse 5. I think it was verse 4.
Okay. Verse 4 again, it says, and they shall turn away their ears from the truth.
They should turn away their ears from the truth. And that's what you have a lot of individuals doing. Okay? They're turning their ears away from the truth. Okay, why? Because they think, okay, it's too harsh. I don't like the way it's coming out. You know, you had a lot of individuals doing this, and it ain't nothing new. Okay, this thing been going on for a very long time of individuals not wanting to hearken to the truth, not wanting to take heed, and what do? They turn away from it. So they find another Israelite group that may feel fulfill their comforts, so to speak. You know,
to comfort their flesh.
comfort their flesh, right? Because we're not here to make you feel comfortable. This is why we harp on and we speak and everything the scriptures say. We talk about Jacob's trouble. We talk about the destruction that's coming, the famine, the insurrection, all these different things. You know, heavy judgment that's coming. We speak about all these different things that's taking place. We don't shy away from anything.
Yeah,
right?
because the Lord told us to eat the whole roll.
Eat the whole roll.
The whole roll. Yeah, and Jake only want to take heed to those good things, like it said in Isaiah 30, when it talk about them only preaching to them smooth things.
Yep.
I'm gonna grab it real quick since I mentioned it.
Right. So while you get that, I'll read this. This is the book of it's the book of 2 Peter, chapter 2, verse 12. It says, "But these, as natural brute beasts, made to be taken and destroyed, speak evil of things that they understand not, and shall utterly perish in their own corruption, and shall receive the reward of unrighteousness, as they count it pleasure to riot in the daytime. Spots they are and blemishes, sporting themselves with their own deceivings, while they feast with you, having eyes full of adultery, and that cannot cease from sin, beguiling unstable souls." Right, and this is what Jake is being beguiled. You know, Jake is being beguiled, and if you have an unstable soul, if you're you know wavery in this thing, so to speak, if you're not grounded, if you're not rooted, okay, then you're able to be beguiled. Okay, you don't have no foundation. Well, then what? Then you're unstable. Okay, so this is what's going on right now. It says, "Beguiling unstable souls, and heart they have exercised with covetous practices, cursed children." All right, so you got a lot of Jake that's in the circumcision, okay, that's speaking as they're being led by the Spirit, but the true men we see you're not being led by the Spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, okay? Salakia, bro. You people got spirits on you, man.
Can y'all hear me good?
I hear you.
I hear you, bro.
Hear a lot of little static going on, but I hear you. You good though?
Okay.
But yeah, so this is what? I'll read verse 12 again. It says 2 Peter chapter 2, verse 12. "But these natural brute beasts, made to be taken and destroyed, speak evil of things that they understand not, and shall utterly perish in their own," what does it say? In their own corruption, man. Okay? So you're busy, or you're steadily, pushing out this corruption, right? This corruption that what you're going to be destroyed by, but who else is going to be destroyed by it too? Different people who is following your madness. Okay, because now what? They're becoming corrupted by the things that you speak. They're taking it in.
That's right.
Hey, do you hear the static on your side, Daniela?
No, I don't hear any static on this side.
Tati, are you here?
Yeah, I can hear it.
All right, go ahead. You got something, Tati?
Yeah, Con. Chill out. Yeah, I got the I still got the Isaiah 30.
Yeah, read that.
Con, this is Isaiah chapter 30 and verse 9, and it says that this is a rebellious people, lying children that will not hear the law of the Lord, which say to the seers, see not, and to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things, speak unto us smooth things, prophesy deceits.
Go
So
ahead,
like the brother
Daniela.
was saying. Oh,
Right. So, hey, our people want to hear, they want to hear smooth things. They don't want to hear the truth, right? So, hey, the different things that these camps teach, they basically they're seducing, they're pleasing to the ears of our people, to the flesh, right? So, hey, you got camps that are pushing marriages and pushing parties and cookouts. They put that to the forefront, which there's nothing wrong with doing that. But when you put that out to the public, that makes the people think that this is what the truth is about, right? So
Mm-hmm.
they play on people's desire to have fun, you know.
Mm.
So hey, which that's not the spirit. That's the wrong spirit to be in. That the truth is all about having fun and doing whatever you please. You know, when you come into this truth, you really you do what the Most High wants you to do. You know.
Yeah. Not the spirit. Not yeah. Right. Right. They ain't teaching us the spirit to really be in right now.
Mhm.
Yeah, bro. I don't know what that noise is.
yeah,
All right. So
it's
let's.
like a real scuffle.
Huh?
So I think it
Yeah,
might be
it's
the microphone.
yeah.
I gotta buy a new one.
All right. Let's. All right. So let's get to the point. Let's go to. Give me Deuteronomy 22nd chapter. I'm gonna pull up what this individual said on the common board of this
I got you.
ISUPK. The individual go by Super Osh Tawak. His comment said, "Did GMS not go into the streets and approve child molestation, rape, and buying of whores? They have an open now. Since they have an open relationship, and this is talking about Will Smith and Jada Pinkett, and she committed adultery. So technically, who is her husband? So now let's deal with this whole ordeal, this rape, this child molestation. That a lot of these different Israelite camps and groups try to throw on great millstones. Because you individuals, you clearly don't understand the scriptures, right? You clearly don't know the ancient ways in Israel, okay? And all we do is we bring out what happens in the law, okay? When different situations take place, just like how when in East society, when if you run a red light, if you run a stop sign, and a police officer sees you, they're going to pull you over and give you a ticket, and it's going to and you're going to get the ticket, and it's going to say the penal code such and such of whatever that code is for you running the red light or for you running the stop sign. Okay, and then you're going to what? You're going to go before the judge, and he's going to give you a judgment on it. He's going to say, well, you're fine. It's this because you did this. You broke a law. You broke a traffic law.
Mm-hmm.
Why won't we have any of those? We
Mm-hmm.
had laws intact. We had laws, statutes, and commandments intact or in place, right? For when different things happened, when different things took place, okay, or how we were to govern ourselves, okay. The Most High said, "Look, you follow this. This is the right way, and this is the wrong way. You do this, and you don't do that." I mean, I don't get it. So before we get there, let's deal with read the first two paragraphs for the ancient custom in Israel.
Okay, come on. I'm about to pull it up now. All right, this is on Bible Odyssey, and the title of it is Weddings and Marriage Traditions in Ancient Israel. All right, and it says, marriage in ancient Israel was very different from marriage today. Although there is a great deal we do not know about Israelite marriage, the biblical texts that speak about it tell us that many Israelite marriage customs were unlike those of modern Western societies. First, although girls were expected to be virgins when they got married, and according to Deuteronomy 22 and verse 21, could even be put to death if they were found not to be, men were allowed to marry multiple women. It is hard to know how common polygamy, which entailed a husband being married to more than one woman, really was in ancient Israel. Also, the evidence suggests that compared to women, men had more control over whom they married. For example, Samson chooses his own wife in Judges chapter 14, even though his parents disapprove of the match. Most likely, girls were married around puberty, whereas men were somewhat older. Though unions were generally based more on economic or social considerations than romantic ones, some texts, including the Song of Songs, show us that ideas of passion and sexual love were also present in ancient Israel.
Yep. I got that word real quick for puberty because it mentioned. Could you read that part again where it talks about puberty?
Con. It says, most likely girls were married around puberty, whereas men were somewhat older.
Right. So married around puberty. So now you have to ask yourself the question: when does a man or woman reach the age of puberty? That's around the age 12. Okay? Around that age, 11, 12, 13. So I have the word here in the etymology dictionary for puberty. It says condition of being able to reproduce. All right, sexual maturity. Um, the time of life in which the two sexes begin first to be acquainted. Let me see. Oh, here we go. Here we go. It says directly from Latin, pu, uh, pubertatum, age of maturity, manhood, adult, full grown, manly. Also as a noun, the signs of manhood, private parts, grown up males. The word is uncertain of origin. So there you go. So that's the there you go. Right? That's where you get pubes. It says from pubes or pubertus, adult, full grown. So at the time of puberty, all right, you become an adult. You are fully grown. You're a young adult now. Okay, you are fully mature to be able to reproduce children.
Mm-hmm. That's
Yep.
right.
Is there more on that?
That's what it talks about. The whenever the virgins were coming on to their flower,
Yep. Yep.
a flower going into a period, their
Done.
menstrual cycle, letting them know that their body is now ready to uh, um have children, bear children.
Yep. Yep. Because the menstrual cycle is the period where the body purifies itself of old eggs. You know.
That's right.
So there you go.
Yeah, Con, that was it on those two paragraphs, though, brother.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Daniela, you took care of it, so it's all good. All right, so when you're dealing with our customs in ancient Israel, it's not like America, Babylon, the Great today. It's not like it. And I think it covered it in the video, in that paragraph, didn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Said it's not like
Yeah,
modern day America, right? Or
Con.
modern
Yep,
day
it
Jacob.
says. Yep, it says. Although, or the first sentence, it says, marriage in ancient Israel was very different from marriage today.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll just read that first paragraph again. It says, although there is a great deal we do not know about Israelite marriage, the biblical texts that speak about it tell us that many Israelite marriage customs were unlike those of modern Western societies.
Right, right. Yeah, yeah. Okay. A lot of these people you don't understand that. Now, matter of fact, I'll get two scriptures real fast. I want to get The book of Job. Get back to the book of Job, chapter 8, verse 8. It says, "For inquire, I pray thee, of former age, and compare thyself to the search of their fathers." Okay, so if we're searching the ways of our fathers, okay, we're going to go what? We're going to go look back into their ancient ways, their ancient way of life, their ancient customs. Okay, now even when you're dealing with today, even it was commanded us to do right. So, but when you're running around the earth, right? Somebody give me Numbers chapter 15, verse 38. Now get this back to that point of the book of Romans, chapter 15, verse 4. For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope, right? But I want to deal with the first part for the point. For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning. So did not we learn when we read the book of Numbers, chapter 15, right? 38th verse of what? On one of our customs, one of our ways to keep. Did we not? And are we not keeping that?
Mm-hmm.
You know, now we wear our garments. You know, when we go to camp to teach, or when we doing sit down like today, you know. But you got Jacob do it every day. They put it on every item that they have. But you're saying they're not wrong for doing it. Cool, they can do how they want to do. You know, we think it's unwise to do, but hey, you know, do what y'all do. But y'all like to say all these different things that y'all do, the law, this, the law, that. But when we bring out the law on if rape took place, we demonize it. Because we going into the law. But y'all can go into the law for that, y'all can go into the law for this. But you don't want to go into the law for a situation. If that took place, yeah, it may make you feel uncomfortable. Because when you think about rape, you think about, you know, a woman get grabbed up over here, right? She get drugged, hit over the head with a bat, then threw in the van, and then raped. Nah, man. Nah, bro. Go ahead, number 15.
I got that Numbers 15 for you. This is Numbers chapter 15, and also that verse 37.
Yeah.
And it says, "And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and bid them that make them fringes in the borders of their garments throughout their generations, and that they put upon the fringe of the borders a ribbon of blue."
Yeah, right. And don't we keep that custom? You know, to the best of our ability, so to speak. We're keeping that custom. Yes, we do. You know, we were bidden to do that. You know, in like law, statutes, and commandments. Same thing that will be what? That will be passed down from generation to generation. This is train up a child in the way he should go. You're passing down, right? The ways of the Most High, the righteous ways of the Most High to your child. You're not gonna be the one to just keep it and just say, you know what, my child don't gotta do it. No. You're gonna pass that same mindset, those same customs down. You see? And these different things was put in place for Israel to know of what to do and what not to do. And the priests were actually basically in control of that, so to speak. To teach the difference. How did it? In the book of Ezekiel. Somebody got something?
Yeah, I got this word right here for rape. Because like the brother was saying, when E uses these different words, he gives you a picture that he wants you to have in your mind about what it is. Like the brother was saying, you grab the woman up, you beat her upside the head, and deal all violently with her. But the word rape is from the late 14th century, from Old English is rapping. It means to seize, prey, to abduct, to take and carry off by force. To seize, to abduct, carry off by force, abduct, so the same thing. To seize, to plunder. So really is to take a woman by force. You might Jake in the ancient world, grabbed her up, carried her to a secluded place or whatever, and had his way with her. And you know what? There's an example in the scriptures where Benjamin had to do it, you know, or else their tribe would not be rebuilt, and there was a judge that told him to do it, man, which happened all through the spirit.
Yep.
Wasn't that the daughters of Shiloh?
Yep. That it on the Daniela?
Yeah, that's all on that right there.
All right. All right. So, bro, go to Deuteronomy chapter 22.
Okay, I got that already. Deuteronomy. Just had it. I know where it's at. Deuteronomy 22.
Yeah, Deuteronomy 22 verse.
You want to get the different scenario?
Get on.
22.
I think it's 22. Yep, Deuteronomy 22 and 22.
Okay, this is Deuteronomy chapter 22, verse 22. If a man be found lying with a woman married to an husband, then they shall both of them die. Both the man that lay with the woman and the woman, so shalt thou put away evil from Israel.
You see, so thou shalt put evil away from Israel. And you see, since we are not in power, we are not in rulership, we can't execute these things. Okay? Who's in rulership? The devil that the Bible speaks of. He's okay with this. He's okay with this behavior. He lets it go on. You see? Because he doesn't see he's contrary to the ways of Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. So all manners of wickedness, perverseness, folly, he's okay. Iniquity, he's okay with that. He's the man of sin, and his ass is being revealed. All this God-fearing, this holy, this pure, that he have been deceiving the world that he is this type of individual this whole time, his ass is being revealed.
Right.
It's coming out that he is the devil that the Bible speaks of, man. And that he does not uphold the Bible, period. He just used it to his advantage and his benefit to further keep the world in subjection, okay, and to continue to deceive. That's all he did.
Real quick.
Go ahead.
I got this quick precept to back you up. This is Psalms 50 and verse 17. It says, you got that, bro? It says, seeing thou hatest instruction and castest my words behind thee. Or Salak, I'll start at verse 16. It says, but unto the wicked the Most High saith, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes, or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth? Seeing thou hatest instruction and castest my words behind thee.
Yeah, and that's what he does. He hated instruction.
Mm-hmm.
And the Most High's words, he casts it behind him. Right? He puts one in front and says, well, this is a God-fearing country. When you go to court and the judge, they ask you to solemnly swear. But he doesn't even believe in the Bible.
Right.
See, that's a part of his mask, okay? That is being uncovered.
Hey, bro, you could read verse 18 too.
Come. This is verse 18. It says, when thou sawest a thief, then thou consentedst with him, and hast been partaker with adulterers.
Right. So, hey, this devil, everything that's against the Most High, he's with it. When it comes to adultery, whether it be spiritual or physical, he pushes that vibration. When it comes to stealing, he pushes that vibration, man. He steals all these different resources from these different countries. He steals people. Things that are not his, man. So, hey, this is what this devil pushes, man, and this is what this is what what is it? General Yohana is also pushing, man. The same vibration of America.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay. Go ahead, back it up, Deuteronomy 22.
All right, so Deuteronomy 22 and verse 23. It says, if a damsel that is a virgin be betrothed unto a husband,
Mhm.
and a man find her in the city and lie with her, then ye shall bring them both out unto the gate of the city of that city, and ye shall stone them with stones that they die. The damsel, because she cried not, being in the city, and the man, because he hath humbled his neighbor's wife, so thou shalt put away evil from among you.
Right. So this woman, she was what? She was betrothed, meaning she was promised in marriage. Okay. She was already spoken for. She belonged to someone already. You know. And then she lied with she lied with another man, but she let it ride. That's why she was being stoned. That's why they both still died together because she was basically she's with it. She didn't cry out.
She
Okay.
basically gave that consent.
She basically gave a consent. When a woman don't want something to happen, she do what? She's gonna cry out.
Yep.
Okay. And this didn't take place. Continue.
Right. It says, but if a man find a betrothed damsel in the field,
Right. The same. Right. A betrothed woman. Go ahead.
and the man force her
Mhm.
and lie with her, then the man only that lay with her shall die.
Go ahead.
But unto the damsel thou shalt do nothing. There is in the damsel no sin worthy of death. For as when a man riseth against his neighbor and slayeth him, even so is this matter.
Verse 27.
It says, for he found her in the field, and the betrothed damsel cried, and there was none to save her.
And this is why the damsel was let go. This is why she wasn't put to death with this man because she cried out. She tried to fight back. She didn't want it to take place, but he forced it. Okay, and we know as the woman is the weaker vessel, she basically she couldn't do nothing, so it happened. But she
Right.
didn't want it to happen. See, so this is why he is put to death only. Okay, this is the situation of what took place of if rape happened. Okay, I don't understand how Israelites don't get this. This is what took place when rape happened. There's a law on it. Okay, there's a judge. There's a judgment if it took place. We just read it. Maybe you need to go over, rewind, go over it yourself, and then look at the situation that took place.
Yep.
Go ahead.
They put forth the example of basically when a man rises against his neighbor in the field, which that leads you to think about Cain and Abel.
And able, yeah.
Cain slayed his brother Abel in the field, and really he thought he got away with it because when you're in the field, you're out in the wilderness. Who if you cry out, who's gonna come to help you, man?
Mm-hmm.
Right? You got the concentration of people is in the city, but not out there in the wilderness, man. So you're less likely to have people to come to your rescue.
Yep. Verse 28.
Verse 28. If a man find a damsel that is a virgin, which is not betrothed,
Oh, okay. So she's a virgin, right? She's not betrothed. She's not promised to nobody. Go ahead.
and and lay hold on her and lie with her, and they be found, then the man that lay with her shall give unto the damsel's father 50 shekels of silver, and she shall be his wife, because he hath humbled her, he may not put her away all his days.
Right. So now she belongeth to him. That is his woman. That is his wife now. Why isn't he put to death? Oh, because it wasn't adultery. She wasn't spoken for. She wasn't betrothed. Nor did she have a man already. So he wasn't put to death. Now he would have to pay her father 50 shekels of silver because now he's taken away his father's servant, so to speak, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Because children were an asset to the family,
That's right.
right? But
Right.
he wasn't put to death. No.
Right, but he had he had to pay a penalty. He can't divorce that woman.
Nope.
He can't put her away, right? And he has to pay 50 shekels of silver. So, hey, with that law being out there, you would think twice before you just go snatch up a woman and have your way with her.
Yep.
Because there'll be a consequence. You might, think she look all good and then snatch her up, have your way with her, right? And then afterwards, feel regret, man. I don't want to deal with this woman no more. She gets on my nerves. Well, now you gotta deal with her for the rest of your life, man. And you gotta come up out your pocket, man, because
Right.
like the brother said, you're taking away a man's servant, Even in her father's household, she's still serving her father, man. She's still serving a man,
Yep. Yeah. And if Jake, if you ain't had money like that, come on, man. It wasn't happening. He wasn't going around doing it, but it happened. So that's why that law is in place. Okay. For a judgment to happen on the behalf of which matter it fell on. Okay, so that's all it is. That's all we bring out. We're called rapists. Okay, cool. We'll deal with that. We'll deal with that. All right. That's when the scripture says being persecuted for righteousness' sake. We'll take that. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Let's pull up Exodus 20 verse 4. Leviticus 20 and 10, and Proverbs 30 and 20. Okay, on adultery, because it seems like people are forgetting what adultery is. And we just read it in Deuteronomy 22nd chapter of the individual that was what? Committed adultery.
Yeah.
He was
The
put to death.
scriptures repeated over and over again, man. In different ways, because the Lord knows how hard-headed our people is. He got to reiterate himself, man. He got to repeat himself.
Go ahead, bro.
Come on, I got Exodus 20.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is Exodus chapter 20 and verse 4. It says, Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water underneath the earth.
Exodus 20 and 4.
Come on, yeah, that's where I'm at. Exodus 20 and verse 4. Or you want me to go to where is it at? So I'm at Exodus 20.
Yeah. I'm still out here, bro. I messed up. I got it. Exodus 20 verse 14. It says, "Thou shalt not commit adultery."
That's because I had that too.
Okay, thou shalt not commit adultery. So what is adultery? Adultery is if a woman, if she sleeps with a man outside of her marriage. Okay, and if a man sleeps with a woman that belongs to a man, that is adultery. Okay, but if a woman is betrothed, the woman is spoken for, because this is customs that's happening in ancient Israel and just ancient times period, and it's still happening a lot in the Middle East. If you're making an arrangement, two fathers come together and they make an arrangement, and they make an agreement of, okay, your son is going to marry my daughter. Okay, and they do however they do their agreements. She's spoken for. She's betrothed. Right? So what that means? She's
off limits.
Yeah, she's off limits.
Right?
Yeah. I got another precept to back you up.
Go ahead.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 5 and verse 18, basically saying the same thing. It says, "Neither shalt thou commit adultery." Saying it again.
And that's to reiterate. That's the point. You can know.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Right, because when a man and a woman are married together, which is through the act of sex, they're joined on together. So when a man lays with a woman that already has a husband, he's breaking wedlock. Okay, he's causing her to break wedlock with her husband. You know, because a lot of people think, oh, well, a man commits adultery when he sleeps with another woman that that's not married. That's what they push here. They call it cheating.
Mhm.
That's not the case according to the scriptures.
Yeah.
There's a specific definition for everything that we're speaking about, man.
Yep, yep. Leviticus chapter 20, verse 10, and the man that committeth adultery with another man's wife, even he that committeth adultery with his neighbor's wife, the adulterer and the adulteress shall surely be put to death. Okay, and it's like Jake, why watch the video and level? Why are they going over adultery? I thought adultery is just plain and simple. Apparently, it's not. Apparently, a leader, right? The leader of the ISUPK, literally said out his mouth, Chris Rock should go sleep with Will Smith's wife. I don't care if she was doing whatever she was been doing. Okay, which she was being wicked. She should have surely been, already. But that still don't give you the say so to say another man should go sleep with another man's woman. What are you talking about?
Right.
That we have to really go over this or reiterate this. 2022. Fourth quarter left. Countdown. Prophecy, scripture, prophecy jumping off the pages. All these things happening. And, we gotta, do lessons like this.
Okay.
That's why your mouths must be stopped. That's why that's the title of the video. Your mouth, a person is speaking like that, teaching the congregation, mouths must be stopped. The Lord is gonna stop your mouth very soon, dude.
That's right. Hey, bro. So, quick question. So that person that left that comment, didn't they ask who was the husband or something like that?
Yeah, he said. I'll read it again. It says He says they have an open relationship and she committed adultery. So technically, who is her husband?
And it's Will Smith because another like a way you could think of it as this or look at it this way. She is named after him. She has his last name. Jada Pinkett Smith. She's called after his name. So
yeah, man. Yeah, because it really depends how technical you're gonna get. If they want to get technical,
super technical.
They want to get technical. The first person who broke her hymen is her actual husband.
Right.
But let's stick to the circumstances of this world. Yes, like the brother just mentioned, Will Smith is her husband. To this world.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So that's what you would want to abide by, so to speak.
Con, the water.
So that's her husband. All right? So we'll leave off of that. Let's get hey Shalom, let's deal with buying wool. Okay? Let's deal with this. Now we can end off with that. But we just hitting the points. Let's get Genesis chapter 38, verse 15. Judges 16:1. And Hosea chapter 1. Right.
You said Genesis what?
Genesis chapter 38, verse 15.
Oh. Gotcha.
Right. So basically covering all the different topics that this individual spoke of.
This is Genesis 38:15.
Go ahead.
Judah saw her; he thought her to be an harlot.
So you jump straight to the point, right?
Yeah, that is straight to the point.
You jump straight to the point.
You know what? I should read a couple verses.
Read a couple verses up so they can kind of get what's taking place.
Okay.
But I want to. Let me look. I want to go too deep into it.
Right. Okay.
Genesis 38 verse. Oh my verse. So start at verse 11. Let's just do verse 11.
Right. It says Genesis 38 and 11. Yeah, because this is a whole story right here, right?
Yeah.
It says, uh, then said Judah to Tamar, his daughter-in-law, remain a widow at thy father's house till Shelah my son be grown. For he said, lest peradventure he die also, and his brother as his brethren did. And Tamar went and dwelt in her father's house. And in process of time, the daughter of Shua, Judah's wife, died, and Judah was comforted and went up unto his sheep shearers to Timnah, he and his friend Hirah and Hirah the Adulamite. And it was told Tamar, saying, behold, thy father-in-law goeth up to Timnah to shear his sheep. And she put her widow's garments off from her, and covered her with a veil, and wrapped herself, and sat in the open place which is by the way in Timnah. And she saw that Shelah was grown, so that was Judah's son, and was not given unto him to wife. So basically she was promised to be given Judah's youngest son as a husband, because her husbands before died. But he was grown, and she wasn't married into Shula. When Judah saw her, he thought her to be an harlot, because she had covered her face. And he turned unto her by the way and said, go to, I pray thee, let me come in unto thee. For he knew not that she was his daughter-in-law. And she said, what wilt thou give me, and thou that thou mayest come in unto me? And she said, and he said, I will send thee a kid from the flock. And she said, wilt thou give me a pledge till thou send it? So a pledge meaning like collateral, right? Are you gonna give me something until I receive, this kid from the flock? And he said, what pledge shall I give thee? And she said, thy signet and thy bracelets and thy staff that is in thine hand. And he gave it her, and came in unto her, and she conceived by him.
Mm-hmm.
And she arose and went away, and laid by her veil, laid by her veil from her, and put on the garments of her widowhood.
Read to verse 21, bro.
Kind. And Judah sent the kid by the hand of his friend the Adulamite to receive his pledge from the woman's hand, but he found her not. And he asked the men of that place, saying, where is the harlot that was openly by the wayside? And they said, there was no harlot in the place. I think
Bro. Harlots. Hey, Tazi, I found a scripture where it says, because you would know. Okay, hold on. You would know a woman by her looks. Let me see. Come on, bro. They would wear certain attire, bro. You would know what a harlot would look like.
Yep. It talks about the garment of her widowhood to let you know that she was a widow.
Ecclesiastes chapter 26, verse 9.
Verse 9. Yeah.
The whoredom of a woman may be known in her high looks and eyelids. Come on, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Even in ancient times, women would wear different eyeshadowing or colors, or different lipstick. I don't know what they called it back then, but like something on her lips that you would know, like, oh, like, yeah, like she's a harlot. Yep. They would have different identifying clothing, like you said, bro. You know, if a woman was a widow, you know if a woman was a harlot.
Right.
Okay, to know if a woman was betrothed, so to speak. There's different things. Or married. Different customs that would show forth. But okay, you would know off the rip. But harlots were there. They were there. Okay, and Judah did what? He went to go deal with a harlot.
Yeah.
I mean, cool, man.
Yeah.
But
And
also who? Let's go to Samson. Let's get another one.
oh yeah, yeah.
Judges 16th chapter.
I'm already there.
Yeah, go ahead. Judges 16:1.
This is Judges chapter 16 and verse 1. It says, Then went Samson to Gaza, and saw there an harlot, and went in unto her. And it was told the Gazites, saying, Samson is come hither. And they compassed him in, and laid wait for him all night in the gate of the city, and were quiet all the night, saying, In the morning, when it is day, we shall kill him.
That's the point. Samson dealt with a harlot.
Right.
I mean, come on, man. You know? You got anything else done, Yala? We basically covered everything.
I got Hosea 1 too.
Go ahead.
This is Hosea chapter 1 and verse 2. Verse 2, it says, The beginning of the word of the Lord by Hosea. And the Lord said to Hosea, Go, take unto thee a wife of whoredoms and children of whoredoms, for the land hath committed great whoredom, departing from the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
He went and took Gomer, or is it Gomer or Gomor? So he went and took Gomer, the daughter of Diblam, and bare him a son.
Hey, Don Yala, break that down physically and spiritually, brother. We're talking.
Right, you're in Hosea.
Yep, Hosea 1 verse 2 and 3.
Okay, Hosea 1, 2, and 3. Right, could you read that one more time, brother?
Come on, brother. Hosea 1 and verse 2, it says, The beginning of the word of the Lord by Hosea. And the Lord said to Hosea, Go, take unto thee a wife of whoredoms and children of whoredoms, for the land have committed great whoredom, departing from the Lord.
Right. So basically, when the Most High does he creates many physical examples in the scriptures that have a spiritual meaning to them.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So he told Hosea to go. He said, "Get you a wife of whoredoms," meaning get you basically a prostitute, man. Right.
Yep.
Because what? Because the land have committed great whoredom, man. So really, it represents the Most High in the nation of Israel. Hosea being will be representative of the Most High, and then the prostitute being Israel, man. Because you got actual adultery, actual fornication, physically, which we went into, and then spiritually, which is worshiping other deities, man. Right, worshiping other gods.
Yep.
You can read on, brother.
Come. Verse 3, it says, So he went and took Gomer, the daughter of Diblam, which conceived and bare him a son.
I mean, and that's the point for
that's
real.
The point. Yeah, that's the point.
That's the point. So let's read this again. This individual that was on the ISUPK common board, all right? It says, did GMS not go into the streets and approve child molestation, rape, and buying of whores? So we just went into all the scripture, right, and covered everything that you just said. And then on top of that, somebody get a bearing false witness. On top of that, you individuals still got to pay for bearing false witness on us for saying that we rape children. You have to deal with that. Okay. You're going to have to answer to Yahweh Shema Shah for that, bro. You're not going to just continue to run around and bear false witness. What they call that? And they call it when people do that to people in the world, they call it so you know how people be suing people for those allegations?
False accusations?
The false accusations. People be getting sued in the world behind that BS, man.
Mm-hmm.
People be like, well, you're trying to destroy my image.
Yeah.
You're trying to tarnish my name.
Yep, that's what you call slander.
That's slander. You know? You don't do that BS, man. was just simply going into the Bible and giving you the truth of it, the real of it.
Yep.
And apostles and elders have always done this. Me and the elder brother I was speaking to earlier, you know, of how the apostles and the elders have always went into the scriptures and dove into things that these other Israelite groups and leaders don't like to get into.
Mm-hmm.
It's a different spirit about the elders, man. When the apostles and elders went down.
Yep.
You know?
They cover all topics, man, all aspects of the scripture.
Yep. You got it, Tavior?
The bear false witness.
Yeah.
Come. This is Mark chapter 14 and verse 56. It says, "For many bear false witness against him, but their witness agreed not together." And is that the one you wanted?
No, that's not the one I wanted.
Hold on.
I want. I can't think of it off the top of my head.
Oh, Salaki, I found one.
Go ahead.
This is Exodus chapter 20 and verse 16. It says, "Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor."
Yep. And that one defamation. See, the brother Azaria put it up. Defamation of character.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That's what it is. Defamation of character. Y'all got to deal with that. Okay. But like we said, it's okay. We're persecuted for righteousness' sake. That's all good. Okay. Because guess what? When Yahweh Shai returns, you're not gonna be able to say, well, you're not gonna be able to point the finger and say, well, those guys, they're teaching rape. They're doing this. No, you're not gonna be no.
I got another piece to back you up too, bro.
Go ahead.
This is Proverbs chapter 19 and verse 9. It says, "A false witness shall not be unpunished, and he that speaketh lies shall perish."
Need we say more? The scriptures. There you go. There you go. Matthew 18 and 6. Oh, no, it's not. No, it's not. I think it's Matthew 12. Oh, I can't believe it. I don't get it.
Talking about the little ones?
Nah. I mean, that's cool too. But I wanted to get this. It's Matthew 12, verse 36. It says, "But I say unto you that every idle word that men shall speak, they should give account thereof in the day of judgment." So, hey, man, you gotta watch your wordplay, man. Every idle word, man. So all this, I'm gonna call the Lord wherever I want to call him. And I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna say that. You have to answer for that. Okay? Now you pull out Matthew 18 and 6.
Come. This
Because
is Matthew chapter.
The Lord cares for his little ones. You might not think that, but he does. Go ahead.
Matthew 18 and 6, 18 and verse 6, and it says, "But whoso shall offend one of these little ones which believe in me, it were better for him that a millstone were hanged about his neck, and that he were drowned in the depth of the sea."
See? So, hey, we're the little ones. If you're offended the little ones, you got a problem on your hands. And we truly believe that we're the men of the Lord. We believe we are hopefully elect. Or of Yahweh Shai's little one. A lot to deal with. You got a lot to deal with.
When they put forth that example of a millstone, which is a really heavy stone that's used for grinding grain into flour, man. So imagine that being around your neck, and then you drowning in the deepest part of the ocean, man. There's no way of you actually getting out of that, man. Now that's a horrifying death right there, right? When the scripture is saying it's gonna be better for you to have that death than what the Lord's gonna have coming for you, man.
Yep. Yeah, a warrior Allah, Yahweh, Proverbs 26 verse 28, a lying tongue hateth those that are afflicted by it, and a flattering mouth worketh ruin. See? There you go. You know? Hey, what's your brother Azaria say? They are deflecting instead of accepting accountability. That is some female-ish. Look, hey, bro, you're absolutely right. You know, a
That's
lot of
right.
deflecting is going on, a lot of deflecting, and a lot of pointing the finger too. Like I said before, it's a lot of pointing the finger of every time we do an admonition video. It's always well, Great Millstone. They said this and they said that. What about the woman? What about the young woman? And well, didn't they say? Stop deflecting. Stop.
I got a precept real
Yeah,
quick.
let it fly.
Yeah, this is Romans chapter 8 and verse 33. It says, "Who shall lay anything to the charge of the Most High's elect?
Mm-hmm.
It is the Most High that justifieth. Who is he that condemneth?" Right? So, hey, they're trying to basically condemn great millstone brothers that are teaching out of the scriptures, and we're giving you scriptures that are plain, man, that are plainly telling you about these different situations and what is the judgment from the Most High on how to deal with them. That's all we're saying, man. You know, we're not telling people to do the things that they we're not telling people to go out and rape women. We're not telling people to do that, man. You know, we're just bringing out the scriptures, man. You know, but you try to paint Great Millstone in a bad light, right? And really to try and condemn us, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right? But hey, the Lord, has he's gonna justify his men. The Lord's gonna justify, man.
Yeah. A lot of these individuals, what? They're spiritually discerned.
Mm-hmm.
The book of John, chapter 3, verse 12. If I have told you earthly things, and you believe not, how shall you believe if I tell you heavenly things? So the things we speak to the spirit, the spiritual things, right? They can't deal with that. They can't accept that because the simple things, the things of the earth, the things that you would think would be plain, they wrestle that.
Right. Like we brought out earlier, puberty, man. The meaning of puberty. That's plain. That's an earthly thing right there. That's a so-called scientifically proven, but they still can't get it.
I got precept.
Go ahead.
This is Proverbs chapter 10 and verse 8. It says, "The wise in heart will receive commandments, but a prating fool shall fall."
Mm. A prating fool shall fall. Right? What's going to that word prating real quick? What's that? What's that? Proverbs 10 and 8?
1 second. Prating. This is the definition for prating. In the etymology. 1 second.
It says second form is dual and plural through the idea of termination as a natural boundary by implication language, by an analogy of margin, vessel, binding, border, rim, speech. Vain words.
Yep, I got it in the etymology too, like the root word prate.
Yeah.
It's a verb, and this is the online etymology dictionary. This is the word prate, the root word of prating. It says chatter inconsequentially, talk foolishly or idly.
Yeah, but you have a lot of foolish talk. Hey, unruly, vain talkers. Hey, that's what the scripture was saying earlier when we first brought it out. By these individuals,
It says prating as a noun, idle, childish talk.
Childish talk. Hey, yeah. And that's what a lot of these individuals they act like. They act like a bunch of children.
Yep.
When these different topics come up. They act like a bunch of children, man.
Gun, I just looked up the word prating in the Hebrew, which is goes back to the Hebrew word shapah. It's, here they put lip, language, speak. And then when you go down here, the brother just mentioned childish talk. Look at this. It says fraudulent lips, and even use of a fraudulent man. They just saying whatever comes to their mind. They're not putting a filter on what they saying, man. They speaking fraudulently,
Yeah.
right? It says here also. It says difficult to be understood. Barbarous, you know. Which a barbarian goes into a person who's not being able to understand, or someone who's rude. But yep. So that's the point, right? Fraudulent lips. Let's look.
Yeah. I got one. 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 11. When I was a child, I spake as a child. I understood as a child. I thought as a child. But when I became a man, because this truth, you're supposed to become a man, right?
Yep.
It says, when I became a man, I put away childish things. And what? Children say whatever comes to their mind. It just comes out, man.
Yeah.
Okay? They don't think twice. But you got leaders, right? That is not thinking twice of the things that are coming out their mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
And you know what? Is when you really think about it, man. These these particular camps that are saying these things, they had to have taken a bag, man, to really say something so blatantly far left as that. They had to have been paid off to say that. You know, it's like, and I just look up the word fraudulent, which goes into being deceitful. You know, deceitful lips, man.
Mm-hmm.
Deceitfully, man. They're deceiving their whole congregation.
That's right. Yeah. Hey,
The Lord's gonna deal with these people, man.
that's all we're saying. The Lord gonna deal. And if you want to continue to, follow the path behind these individuals, hey, be my guest. So, that's the point. Lord willing, hope is edifying. We want to give all praise, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, B'Kadash.
I want to see Apostle knows that there's no strong people like this to hopefully let. Next time we take over.
Shalom.